Well guys, we're out here in the wheat field today, northeast of Almena, Kansas. A couple neighbors further east of me run Gleaner combines too. They got, I believe, an R62 or an R72 here in the field and an L3. So we're gonna get some video of them cutting some wheat here today. Because I don't have any wheat, but it's fun to watch somebody cut some. Definitely an R72, not a 62. I can hear it by the turbo sound. But I'm gonna get dusty here shortly, and that's okay. He's moving slower here along the outside edge just because, well, you never know what's in the outside 30 foot of a field. They get a little tough by the way it sounds. .62, I was wrong. That's Luke up there in the 62, and I think Mitch is probably back here running the L3 by my guess. We're going to find out in a second. Hopefully I don't make them nervous. They sound like they're running good. Just sounds tough. Got an old S-Series here on a single hopper grain trailer. It's probably got Cummins or IH power in it. This is an earlier L3. It's an orange stripe. They've had it for a good bit, I think. But it's been pretty good combine for them. They were dedicated Gleaner people. Been Gleaner for years and years and years. My dad actually used to help them some way back in the day. You can actually remember running a co-op combine for this family way back when, for these guys' dad and uncle and grandpa. There's definitely Mitch in this combine. The R62 seems to have disappeared in another corner of the field. But we're going to continue to get video of Mitch running this L3 until Luke shows back up. Then, at some point, we're going to go down there and see what the grain cart is. It looks like a white of some sort hooked on to an A&L grain cart. So we're going to have to investigate that further here in a little bit. But for now, we're getting video of Mitch. I believe this is a pretty darn low hour L3 too. I want to say Luke told me last year it was somewhere around 1,300 hours. I'm sure they'll see this YouTube video and correct me, so we will find out. But that thing looks good out here. That is what Kansas wheat harvest is all about. An old gleaner in a field, if you ask me. The last gleaner my dad farmed with was an L2 actually. Then I got my R65 here. Hopefully it's not too windy, but if it is, what are you going to do? The wind blows in Kansas. But Mitch is here cutting out terrace channels. Everything around here is terrace, so you kind of got to cut it out by the one terrace channel at a time. So he's on the back side of a terrace right now, and he goes down the other end, turns around, and either finishes what's left in this terrace here, or turns around and goes and cuts the bottom out of the terrace. There's a good chance the bottom out of the terrace is wet and even harder to thresh than what he's in right now. Looks like that one's a custom harvester special L3 because it's got the dual fuel tanks on it, which is really cool. Found the R62 again. It's back there in the background now. Looks like a later R62, a painted one at least. Should ask these guys if they need a Massey 860 in the field, because they used to run with it some. My neighbor that we used to farm with, that my 860 used to belong to, farmed a half section just to the northeast of this. This is his dad's home place. So my 860's probably been in the field with these guys before. I really wonder if I'm making Mitch nervous yet. He hasn't missed any yet, so gotta give him that. Looks like a 24-foot rigid head. It's too big to be a 22, I think. But it's the old wood wood that before, so it's not the newest head by any means. Still got Alex Chalmers on the toolbox. Truthfully, this is some excellent looking wheat. This is probably wheat fallow, so it's probably behind. Oh, looks like beans or corn or milo, I'd have to ask, but I think they probably worked this too. So this had plenty of time to catch moisture to grow some really, really outstanding looking wheat, considering the last few years of wheat we've had around here. But we're gonna try to catch both these combines passing each other here in a second, I hope. Glad the wind's blowing that way. Looks to me a lot like Luke has a 25-foot Prairie, well 25-foot Gleaner 8200 flex head with a Prairie air reel on it on this R62. I have a 30-foot 8200 on my R65, and I'm by no means in love with it, but it looks like it's doing a pretty good job here in wheat. It really did a good job for me in milo. I just really hated it in beans, honestly, but I hate beans in general. But I'll shut up here and let them cut wheat now. You can hear that turbo spooling up and down. His R62 has the bigger extensions on it, off like a 72 too, so that's pretty darn interesting. I'd like to have those extensions on my 65 actually. Okay, so I'm gonna redo this part because Mitch texted me because I had no clue what it was. It's an 81 white 170 on a Brent grain train. A3 Cummins, it's like 18.4, 38s or 42s on the back, 14L 16 ones on the front. Decals are missing, but I'm sure it's a good tractor. I'm sure it fits the job that they need. Auger dozer on the front, like about every other tractor in this area has an auger dozer on the front. Cool old Brent grain train, which I believe this has been a successor to like a Big 12, but I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, Mitch and Luke can tell me. But they're having fun, so I'm gonna leave them to it and go find myself an air conditioner.